Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Travis Told You. Travis and Taylor told you, maybe. He's going to be on time. He was in the room before me, but doesn't really count if he's not on here live. I am the Clown Prince of Podcast, Travis Snell. And I'm not sure about anybody right now, but yeah, we have our final Travis and Taylor Told You. I'm not going to say forever, but for the foreseeable future, because also we did this because Taylor Field was not working for that little bit, hanging out with the baby Cedric and Madison, the whole shebang. So I was home during the day. It was good because you guys also were asking I should have some guests on Travis Told You in the town hall. So I thought, okay, perfect. We had him on here. He will be joining us in a second. But yeah, we got lots to talk about today. I got to pull up all these trailers. My goodness, it's been a busy couple days here. We got Daredevil born in season 2. Thank you, Marvel. Thank you, Kevin Feige meme, for dropping that, because the rumor was Thursday, and the next few weeks we got a bunch of packed stuff. We got the Fallout review. We have a bunch of Patreon exclusive stuff. We have I'm gonna try and do Wonder Man review. I'm gonna try and do a Sen Hill review. Bunch of other stuff. Oh, and there he is. You were in the room first, but you weren't ready there, Taylor.
No, I was not. I was tending to the kid because I didn't see you, and I was like, I got time.
No, I made it there right in time there. So, yeah, no. So that's why I'm very happy they dropped it today, because there's lots of stuff happening in the past a little bit. What else is there? Something else happened. I thought this. What else is no? Just a bunch of Patreon content. We're recording lots of Patreon content this week, so a big shout out to our Patreon producers. Where are you there? Aiden, Aaron Braden, April Darkness, Jack Grant, Super Bad Mike, God Loves Me 69, aka Norman Reedus, Fetus, Hidalgo, Lenny Kravitz, Cocktail Clay, Jonathan O.H., Sam Green, and John M. Thank you very much for being Patreon producers. You can try it out for months if you like that. You can do what John M just did this week and get on there for an entire year. There's a bunch of phases. All the phases 2 and up have exclusive episodes, but the producer phase, you get every single episode that is exclusive, which is at least 46. Now it's 48 because I'm doing a couple exclusive episodes this year. But yeah, there's tons of good stuff there. You get to vote on polls. And yeah, right now on there for phase 2 and up, we have the Golden Geeks regular and the Golden Geeks MCU, which we just record tonight. Or I guess no, we got the draft there. That drops tomorrow. And then all the voting is going to be happening soon. So yeah, lots of stuff on Patreon. It's the most filled to the brim year we ever had. So that's why, though, I'm happy, because we're recording lots of Patreon stuff this week. And the rumor was that the Daredevil trailer was dropping Thursday, but woke up this morning and there it is. But Tayfield, how's it going for you?
It's going good. It's what's today? Tuesday morning.
It is Tuesday, January 7th, 2026, which I'm
January
still not used
7th? No, 27th.
20. Right? I said 27th.
Did you? I thought you said 7th.
Absolutely. There's no way I said just 7th.
I'd go back to the 7th, though, get all this time off back over again. That would be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's pretty good for a Tuesday. The stuff that just kind of surfaced in time for this show, this coverage cast, just kind of caught me off guard, especially the Daredevil one. That was that really I wasn't expecting.
Oh, no. Does that mean you've not watched said stuff?
No, I watched it. I watched it first thing because when I shared it in the Discord, I was like, "Oh, I'm going to check this out," just because we did the draft, and I'm not going to spoil one of my draft picks, but I felt good about watching the trailer. Just that reaffirmation of certain things, 2 specific things in that trailer. So
three. Didn't you see Rick Stranger's in there as well?
No.
Okay, you might get.
No,
some points
I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about that. I will bring up this one because usually it is an hour show, so we only let the patrons go in the chat, or if you send a super chat, because we're on a tight schedule. But I will answer Hunter Iggy here, and we can just kind of start there. We're gonna be all over. Which I was just gonna say, it's funny when you show that Daredevil, because I'd seen just the teaser or the trailer. It says it's a trailer, but it's definitely a teaser. It's like a minute 18, but still, it's a trailer for sure. But like the thumbnail is, I want to talk about it, but like the thumbnail is super weird. Just him like he's like smiling. Like I don't know. Like I don't know why he's smiling. I'm not sure if he's seen something. I just feel like now's not the time to smile. I feel like things are going really bad for all the heroes and everything. So I don't know why he's smiling, but we'll get in that later. But Hunter E says, what are your thoughts on people saying that James Gunn ruined Lobo and he looks terrible as Jason Momoa as Lobo? Well, here's the thing. I'll go first, and we can start with the Supergirl, because that was just a teaser. That was the big deal that they dropped that over the weekend. I think they dropped the teaser for Supergirl and Odyssey because I think they were playing them with the football championship games. Like it was the championship games where the winners go to the Super Bowl. So I think it was just like, hey, lots of people are watching these games. We'll have them on there. Which I think, yeah, that's smart marketing because I don't know if they'll be paying for a Super Bowl spot for Supergirl. I doubt they would do that for Clayface. I don't think they're going to be there in those ones. I think there's two things for this. One, it's like, obviously, Taylor, you don't know what Lobo looks like, but if you pull up Lobo and then see what he looks like I'll ask you after if you think it looks like comic accurate or whatnot. But like for me, if you're wanting to do it purely practical and live action, this to me looks great. Obviously, he doesn't have like the eyes because like, he usually just has the white eyes or the red eyes. I am on the side. Again, I know people, me and Fanboy Clay have argued about this for years. I am on the side that, for the most part, I do not like the comic clear eye things. I think a few times it works. I think the reason it can work with Deadpool and a Spider-Man, and even cheat a bit with Wolverine, is you need the face to emote, right? That's why anybody, when they show those fucking live action Batman photoshops of Robert Pattinson, the white eyes, get it out of here. I don't want that. Like, especially with that, you saw in the Batman how much Pattinson just did with his eyes, and then imagine like, oh, we're gonna take all that out. So to me, if you like that, I get that. I'm even fine if like if there's tributes to it or they wear it for the action scenes, like with Wolverine and Deadpool Wolverine. I'm fine if he has the dice eyes because like if he's fighting people, right? Because it's like, okay, cool. He's just like he's not doing too much. But when he's doing emotional scenes and saying goodbye to Wade, it's like I'd rather see Hugh's eyes here. So to me, if it's all practical, he looks completely fine, and I'm not expecting Jason Momoa to get the size of actual Lobo. Like he's not like obviously I guess you can go cast like the actor who played like the Mountain, right? But at the same time, it's like I want a good actor, and Taylor, you will maybe see one day when we get to animated stuff, but like character wise, like this is like a perfect character for Momoa. Like he's very much like badass, but like has a charm to him, but kind of a anti-hero. He calls himself the main man, like egotistical. Like what Momoa's been doing recently, that's him. And then that's where I get into it and says James Gunn ruined Lobo. He's in this teaser for 10 seconds. We've seen nothing. Like, I don't know what people, I don't know who you follow, Hunter. If you follow those people that say they ruined Lobo or this and that, the look, I guess if you have a problem with, fine. But if anyone says that, stop following those people. Those people aren't going to get you anywhere because like it's 10 seconds. You can't base anything on this. If we see the movie and we go, oh man, they really missed the mark on Lobo, then sure. But based on this teaser, what does he do? He drives it with a motorcycle and goes, ha ha, and that's it. Like, and he looks like Lobo to me. So obviously, Taylor, this trailer or the teaser wasn't much. It was just to, I think, really show off. Okay, yeah, Momoa, we didn't show the first look, but yeah, what are your thoughts on that? Do you like his look and just anything about the character?
I don't know anything about the character. I really, really don't. So, but I mean, looking at the comparison here of the how he looks, I mean, he looks like that. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying about the eyes. The big thing for me is just the way Momoa looks, though, in this costume. He just reminds me of Wolverine's brother, Sabretooth. He reminds me of Sabretooth wearing clown makeup a little bit.
A little bit. He has that aesthetic. And it says he looks like cheap cosplay, but it's like, I just feel like you can't make fans happy for the most. Like, I have seen that out there. And don't get me wrong, I think I've probably seen some costumes in the past where it looks a little cosplay. But to me, like, I didn't get that vibe. So obviously you don't know the character, but based on the look, Taylor, do you think it like looks apropos, or do you think there's a reason why people should be mad?
I don't really see why people should be necessarily too mad, because at the end of the day, it fits with the aesthetic that James Gunn's kind of got going on in this universe, right?
Yeah,
it's definitely not. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's like cheap cosplay. I feel like there's cosplay, but then cheap cosplay are very two different terms. I feel like maybe it could be on like the cosplay tier ish, but I wouldn't go as far as cheap cosplay. Cheap cosplay, that's something else.
And like good cosplay is just like, oh, they've one for one hit what was in the comic books or the anime and the video games, right? So it's like, I feel like it's just like an easy dig to throw at things. But no, I thought it was fine. Like I said, I think this teaser was just to announce it. I am curious when he walked out of that trailer, because he is like a cigar chomper. I am curious if he's going to be smoking in this movie, because I don't know if you remember this, but when you smoke in a movie, that boosts you to a rated R because it's like promoting like unhealthy stuff. So I wonder if he's going to be doing that. I don't think so, but yeah, this looked fine enough. Like I am excited for Supergirl because Amelia Alcock. I think Momoa looks great. I've not read the book yet. We're going to do that for comic versions, as we announced earlier this year. We will read Supergirl Woman Tomorrow that's based on. So I'm still excited for this. So Taylor, what's your temperature check right now for Supergirl? Because you didn't love that first teaser. Is this Momoa stuff moving the needle for you at all? Or are you still kind of where you were a couple months ago?
The needle is not moved. I'm not feeling it really. I mean, I thought the teaser was entertaining. He's coming out of his trailer, getting all excited and stuff, and then it branches into.
He's like, "Are you excited?"
I mean, the last thing I saw him in was Minecraft, so I'm not I'm not
Mm,
feeling the excitement quite as much. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. No, I don't think this did much. I think this was just for the fanboys. Well, honestly, though, actually, I'll take that back. I think this gave a clear image of Momoa, and I do think Momoa is a draw for the general audience. I think he is one of those guys that ladies like to look at him, and guys have that like, oh, I'd get a beer with Momoa, right? So I do think he's a draw. I'm not saying like that makes Supergirl a massive hit, but I think if there's a movie of this or a version of this movie without Momoa, and then the movie with, I think the movie with Momoa makes more money every single time. Like I think he does get some butts and seats, so I think it's smart to start showing him off in the marketing. So, but speaking of showing off, I haven't even updated our calendar. Hang on, I gotta check the GV calendar for Daredevil. Is it? It is in its right spot. I had a tentative date and it's confirmed. Actually, I don't know. Was it confirmed? What was the date confirmed there? I'll have to pull it up here. March 24th. Okay, so it is confirmed. So let's see. Tier, can you pull up that trailer, do a screen share, or is your computer going to crash on you?
It
I
will
think your
not
Wi-Fi is good enough.
crash.
Okay, because
The
my
Wi-Fi is
my
better now.
okay, my computer. I think I got too much stuff open, but 1 second. So yeah, they did release that. I'm not sure. I guess the rumor is they might be playing some like this might be played after Wonder Man. I don't know. Again, I thought it's interesting that they're already showing this off. Like Wonder Man hasn't even come out, and they're just like, "Hey, look at Daredevil." But it has been confirmed for March 24th. So obviously, before we go, Tia, what did you think of this trailer?
Felt very much Daredevil-y. Like it just from what I've after 3 seasons, Born Again, and seeing him pop up in their place, it feels like it's his vibe, it's his theme. And what I took away from this trailer was, okay, we're gonna have another period of time where he's gone missing or he's gonna be absent. He's not gonna be wearing the
Again,
suit.
yeah.
That's what I felt, because especially when you see those Matt Murdock posters going up, Matt Murdock missing. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be hiding in the church basement again for the whole season, and we know we're not gonna see him for a little bit. So
Could be the
post
reverse though. Maybe
Defenders.
maybe it's the reverse of season 3 where he's almost like nothing but in the suit. Also, we see a lot of Matt, but maybe he's in the suit a lot. You know?
I mean, I'd take that. I would love to see him more in the suit. But I mean, so far from what I saw in the trailer, it got me pretty stoked. Like I was messaging you and Kirkland, which Kirkland's still hiding. He's not responding.
Oh yeah,
But, like, let's
yeah.
do that Jessica Jones retro. Let's see Kirkland if you want to get at it. So
I said that was not worth the time. I if the patrons I guess could wait and they really want it, but like season 1, which I feel like you watched season 1 and you didn't even love it, and that's considered the best.
I don't even
season.
remember it. I don't remember it.
Season 2 and 3 are big no dives. Like I remember, I think it was the third season. It was really tough for me and Dylan to get through it. It was a grind. It was
Is
tough.
that still
but,
David Tennant as the bad guy there?
He appears sporadically, but he's primarily just the villain of season 1. So that's the
Okay.
thing there. But yeah, David Tennant is in that one. But yeah, I liked this. I feel like this was just more of an announcement because like it is kind of crazy that March 24th, it's less than 2 months away. You know, like we're there. So I feel like they're just trying to get it going, and it's tough because if we didn't know Jessica Jones was in this trailer, it'd be hype, but we knew that, so that was there. We've kind of like from season 1, we knew okay, it's gonna be these people taking on Fisk, and that's what this was. There's one spot in the trailer that I'm very confused on and intrigued by, but so far like this was good, but didn't also blow me away. And I think the other thing, as we you can check out our Golden Geeks, we did talk about maybe some lack thereof of Daredevil. I think we all enjoyed Born Again, but we all kind of realized there was some faults. Also, we knew about all the production issues that they kind of changed showrunners halfway through and reshot a bunch of stuff. So maybe once we get Born Again season 2, and if it all the way is great, then I'll be more hyped. It's just like I still need them to prove me a little bit to be like, and I'm still excited to see, Matt and Karen and Fisk and all them, even Bullseye. I fucking love Bullseye, but like, it's not the same way I was hyped for Born Again because we had a couple bumps in the road there. But yeah, I keep playing this, Taylor. I'll tell you when to stop, but I think there's one specific thing. Oh, again, get this out of here. Gross. Karen and Matt in the TV shows, not a fan. To me,
I'm not there because I'm there where he's like in Punisher. Karen's just like ready to jump his bones, right?
and I like, and this is no disrespect to the actors. I think or Charlie Cox and what's her real name? Oh, Deborah Ann Wool. I think they have good chemistry. I think my problem is I think they have better chemistry as friends, and I think Frank and or John Bernthal and Deborah have better like romantic chemistry. Like there's just something there. I've just always liked that more in the show. I'm not talking about the comic books, but okay, continue. Bullseye's getting some whipped cream. He's looking happy. Always
He's
happy.
very happy.
Kirkland's favorite character back. Cherry on top. New York just doing its thing over here. So they're dancing. So I guess they're
AVTF?
just together.
What does
Go ahead and
AVTF
pause.
stand for again?
Isn't it like ABT is an
It's AVTF, Anti-Vigilante
vigilante task force, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what
they
it
got
is.
the
Yeah,
Punisher logo on there too.
yeah. They
Okay.
introduced that near the end. It looks like Fisk and Vanessa are happy now. No more
Is
Adam's
that Vanessa?
hands.
That's with him.
I think it was. Yeah. Now, yeah, because if you go back, oh well, no,
She's
it's
there
not
in
though. She's
red,
the red
and then
pin.
this lady is something
But I think
else.
it's just donor. I don't think there's
This could be
anything.
Vanessa's head right here from the back
It could be,
shot.
yeah. I think it's just they're having a good time. It seems like Fisk is on top. That's the biggest thing, right? Now here, yeah, pause here. These were the two shots in the trailer
Being
that were
abducted by aliens or something. Disclosure day.
Yeah, he's gonna look up. He's just gonna see. Where's my boy? He's gonna see. Oh, come on, Emperor Drogue just staring at him. Matt, we need you. Alien invasion. This is what was interesting because they got this. So it's a moment where they're dancing, and he kind of it looks like he's having a seizure. Here's something. The aspect ratio changes to like a 4:3. Like it goes boxed and it's shaking and it's static and stuff. And keep going because then there's another weird shot after this. You're gonna have to be quick on it. No, it's good. You know, yeah, right there. You can go back a little bit. What the fuck is that? I don't know. It is an image of Mayor Fisk, but it is like it's clearly not actually Wilson Fisk. It's like someone wearing like a Wilson Fisk mask. And I don't know if they're doing some mind trickery. I don't think it's him, but man, it looks like Mr. Knight suit with a Moon Knight mask. Wouldn't that be hype if he took off that mask and Oscar
wild.
Isaac's under there? That'd be great. But my only reason to pause this, because at first I thought, they're just messing with us. This is like a YouTuber or some influencer making fun of Fisk or doing something. The only thing is that this is still boxed. Like it has the same aspect ratio as Matt does. And I threw to the GUA chat. No one gave me fucking anything. Hot crowd, hot crowd. I'm like, what's going on here? Any theories? And the only thing I first thought was there's a character in the Daredevil lore who's a bad guy called Mr. Fear. And he's pretty much just his scarecrow where he uses like drugs or stuff like that to make people scared. And that's the only thing I thought was, well, Matt's having that, and this looks like this could be like an hallucination sort of thing. The only thing that throws me off is like it makes like static sounds, and I don't think Mr. Fear like uses it through like static. So obviously you don't have the comic book history, but you got any idea like what's going on here with Matt falling and you got this weird Mayor Fisk? Here's cosplay. Here's actual cosplay, you know, cheap cosplay.
Yeah, like with this, I'm not 100% sure because like with this, I take it the same way I'm sure most people do. It's like, oh, this character is going to be some sort of impersonator, or not impersonator, but someone who's just a streamer trying to like show the truth, you know, using his name Kingpin as well. I feel like that's kind of a specific reason. Someone who's not a friend of Fisk. So
But then they splice it specifically with Matt falling, though, right? That's where I'm. It could just be trailer trickery, but that's where I'm a little confused of why are they putting it at the same time there, right?
Well, there must be some kind of some connection, I guess. But yeah, that's the thing. Like whoever it is knows. Well, do they know that the Matt's in this room right now because they're attacking his senses, right? They're going for his ears.
Yeah, because Karen's fine.
Thing.
No, it's
Karen
not like a
fine.
joint thing. It's not like a joint thing. So, and that's where again, that's boxed. And then when you go to Kingpin, that's like a widescreen. Oh, Taylor's skipping all the way.
I was just seeing if they had another aspect ratio change in this.
They
trailer.
don't.
They don't.
Yeah, so I'm curious what this is. I hope it's something meaty and not just like because it took the trailer to a different like route. So I hope it's not just that we told like, oh, it's just some YouTuber and they're just spicing it in because I don't know who's going after Matt's senses, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much on that, but that's a good observation.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. He's laughing.
He's laughing, having a good time.
Kingpin's
Oh,
having a
it kind
good
of
time.
cuts back there a little bit briefly.
It has Fisk in the chair, but Fisk is he's still in the wider aspect ratio, right? So
Yeah, because he's Kingpin
that
there, and then they
mask.
put him
I want that
upside
mask.
down.
They
Why would
do
they
put
put
a
him
mask.
upside down?
I don't know. That's what's interesting. I do like that mask though. And then you got Matthew Lillard there. He's back. He's playing a character, or he's not back. He's in here for the first time. He's playing Mr. Charles. I think we don't really know who he is, but you remember who Matthew Lillard is? Whoa, go back to Jessica Jones. You're not pausing at all.
Sorry. Matthew Lord.
Matthew Lillard.
Lillard. Okay. the
Matthew
volume's loud
Lillard
on this
is?
trailer.
Just
Matthew
mute it then.
Lillard.
Just mute it.
Matthew Lillard. Well, I can't because it's some juicy stuff.
Okay, well, it's not playing on the stream for us, but
Matthew Lillard.
he plays
enlighten me.
Stu in Scream. He plays Shaggy in Scooby Doo. He's in Five Nights at Freddy's as a bad guy.
Okay.
He's in the show.
The bad guy. Five Nights at Freddy's.
They showed
bad guy.
him.
Okay, yeah, he's in here. Okay, cool,
You know
cool.
Shaggy? Okay, never mind. Jessica Jones here. She was confirmed. they get some fun lines about she's not going to care, and we get to see Jessica Jones' action. Great. Very excited to see Kristen Ritter back. She's great in this role. Just curious about how many episodes she's actually in, but I think that's smart to start showing off too. For anybody that doesn't know, they can be, hey, Kristen Ritter's also in this show. Come watch if you like Jessica Jones, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Lots of red going on in that church.
And let's go. Oh yeah, he's thinking about
well, you know, that's definitely the I could be wrong. I feel like that's a Daredevil Bullseye team up moment, right? I feel like they're making us think it's different because, like, look, like if you go to the next scene when he grabs that hand, this might not be the exact same scene, but the way he's bringing this person up, because I've had this theory for a while, because the last very episode of the show was teasing at Bullseye having like somewhat of a redemption or switching sides. So I do think Bullseye is going to be working with Matt to take down Fisk.
That's interesting. You think they really would team up after everything? You know,
greater good. One life for a million.
Yeah, I guess so. But that'd be cool. I'm down to see that kind of a team up.
Yeah. Oh, that's a very uneasy team up. So
it is. And they'll team up to help fight Flash Thompson. Actually, that's what Bullseye needs help
exactly. He needs it for. And then obviously you showed this incorrectly on the Golden Geeks. That's coming up. But the black suit, we're seeing that full in motion here. The black Daredevil suit, which I love.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. Oh, yeah, the little more light. Oh, there it is. There. Okay, it's walking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little dark there, but I think most of the trailer he's got the black suit. So. And the poster, too, it's the black suit one. So I'm very excited.
Yes.
There's Jones taking out some fools.
Great.
This didn't work for me in the trailer. It, like, cut the music and did a little joke of, like, do we saw him or bury him? Didn't work for me. Not in this trailer for me.
Saw or what? Vibranium?
Bury him.
Oh,
like,
bury him.
Like, it's a body. Like, do we saw or bury him? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not like, you are Jin. Not that saw. Looks like Fisk going to be doing a boxing match for charity. And
is that what it is? I thought it was some weird like dream sequence thing. Like this is
no,
weird.
I think he's probably because he's the mayor, right? So he's probably doing some like charitable event. But clearly, it looks like in this trailer he takes it too far.
Just murders him.
Maybe not murder, but heavily concussed. They have multiple shots of Bullseye. Okay, go back a bit. They got multiple shots of Bullseye at that diner. Like, I don't know, is he waiting for fucking Riddler over there? But if you continue, you see Matt. I can't remember her name, but Matt's girlfriend from last season.
That was the lawyer right here.
Yeah, which I'd kind of. I guess you gotta resolve them, of course. That character I dislike so much, I would have not have missed her at all if they were just like, she died in between or she went missing. But what do you think they're gonna do? Do you think she's gonna have like a? Is she going more Fisk and be like, I'm just going to get further into the mind warp of Wilson Fisk, or is she eventually going to see the light on all this stuff?
I think I could see them killing her, and I could see her having the light at the end of the tunnel moment at the end, when she gets killed. But I think
because Matt's got Karen now. He doesn't need her, right? So
he's got Karen now.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Light of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, keep going. What else we got in here? Got some
riots. I
just
want to see. Oh,
see, there's that charity boxing match going.
Charity, yeah. No. That says fear, and there's Statue of Liberty. Something equals terrorism.
It says Xbox sucks on my computer. I don't know what that is. And then you're showing all the anti-task force hanging out with kids and stuff. That's scary. They're in a.
They're fighting.
Well, I think he's training her. I don't think they're fighting.
Yeah, that's the word. They're training. Okay.
Yeah, it's the image of Karen is like doing some sort of boxing with Matt, and clearly he's training her because she's gonna need some help, right? I will say we're not gonna get full into it. I talked about yesterday with X-Men, but very much I think more so than like with the mayor and like Mayor Fisk compared to a lot of real life stuff. You remember in the Brave New World first trailer when they had the president getting shot at, right? And then things happened and they edited it out. I'm very curious what they're going to have to feel about the time of the show with the anti-task force thing and all the stuff that's in America. Like, I wonder if anyone in that office is like, I don't know if we want to release this show right now. Like, just seeing those images and stuff that's going on, it's just like, the way things get worse. So I am curious because Ozzy, at least with or not with Captain America, that was the trailer, right? And they had a couple more months. So I guess it's the same thing, right? There's a couple more months, so you hope things will cool out. I'm just saying if things don't cool out, like, do you think in real world, if things are really bad with that certain thing, and there's characters that are like that, could you ever see them maybe delaying this? Because I don't think they can cut out of the show.
They did
Do
it
you
with
think
Punisher, right? Remember when there was that incident? Was it Las
they
Vegas and
did?
they delayed the show?
They
So
did. Season 2 got delayed. Yeah.
there's always a chance. There's always that possibility that they could do that because these showrunners just have a knack for timing their storytelling narratives with, unfortunately, very real narratives that kind of coincide with what they're trying to tell in the show.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's tricky. I mean, if you put something out like this out, you don't want to have any imposition on people's sensitivity to these things, but at the same time, these things, depending how the story is being told, can help create more awareness and help communicate that. And again, this is not a show that's only going to be in the United States. It'll be a show that's available here, Canada, and around the world. So again, it's something that creates an awareness in other places around the world too, that people can kind of get to understand a little bit more. And yeah, Superbad Mike, Andor didn't shy away from that real world comparison. It did not, and that's one of the things I think where people prop it up as a great show in that own right. And I've been seeing memes, or not memes, but posts and stuff for Andor being much more
Definitely
relevant
memes,
now.
Yeah. Oh
so,
yeah, I think that, like, Mike, you're definitely right. I think it's just like if things get really heightened, kind of like my comparison of assassination storyline, Brave New World, assassination attempt in real life, right? Where you have things going on in the real world right now, and if they escalate, it could get too real. So that's my only wonder. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for the content we covering real life stuff or politics stuff, but lots of times there is times where there's crossover of it's too sensitive right now. But I just thought about when we're seeing all this imagery of the Punisher and anti-task force people, of like that's it's some timing or whatnot, so we'll have to see. But why'd you go back to? Oh, you just want to see them fighting?
I just wanted to see like before, because she was wearing different clothes in the scene before, so I wasn't sure if it was the same scene where they're just training and then they.
Do you think they're training and having sex, or having sex and training?
Both. Both back to back.
They're fighting at the same time. Yeah.
I just think after seeing Karen and Punisher, it shows to me that she likes that toxic relationships and has like she's craving just being in a relationship, or not being in a relationship. She's craving being with a hero who is deeply disturbed, because between Matt here or Frank, she's got a thing for those kind of characters.
Mm-hmm. We
she
didn't
loved
mention
Batman.
She would love Batman. Yeah, we didn't mention it as we went by. I think they did show that image of Foggy. He is supposed to be in flashbacks. I still think there's a chance he's like back at some point. Like I don't know. I wonder. I don't mind if they keep him off. I'm fine because I didn't love the Foggy character, but I still think there's a chance. But yeah, continue on. So yeah, they're training. Yeah, there's Foggy. Yeah, and then this show right here, it's coming up. keep going. I don't know. Like, that kind of not Cox. That's fun, but just took me out of like that being the thumbnail, and the trailer ends with like Daredevil and the smile, and it's like, for me, it's not like a oh, he's gone too far, he's evil, he's going over the edge smile. It just is like, I don't know. It's too good time. Like I don't know if I want any character smiling till the end of the season when it's like we've gotten over it. It just, I don't know. If that's what they meant, to try to like take out some people, and like he's just like he's loving it, then sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Born Again also had unexpected real parallels to future life events, and yeah, the show has been very timely. So, as I've said before, I always thought in the comics the Mayor Fisk storyline was unbelievable, but now hit the money on the head. So you keep going back to the smile. Why you keep going back to the smile?
There's something weird about the scene. Like, he takes down the
I
two
think it's
guards.
2 and 1. I don't think it's the same. It might not be the same location, or it might be different points of the scene.
It could be, because then here it's different. So here, this is obviously the training room that he's with Karen, not the bar.
It's like an attic or something.
The thing about this is this guard on the left, they're both charging it, but the guard on the left is charging and pulls out his knife, and then they both stop.
It's Karen and the Daredevil
guy
suit.
on yeah, that's exactly right. The guy that was on the left of the knife, it looks like he's rising into the sky. Like it just looks like a weird
smile.
jump.
I think it's multiple scenes cut together. That's what I think it is.
I guess, but like his movements don't make sense, because like he's running, and it's like they're both being force choked, because he's like he's rising up, and it's not like an actual proper jump. And then here, this is in a different room. That's in their that's like you said, scene cut differently because you got the police lights and stuff.
Yeah. I do like what they do with the logo here when it all turns to black and whatnot. So
Yeah.
March 24th. So there we go. They didn't say if it's going to be 2 episodes or 1, but we got a lot of red and black going on between that and Maul, which we'll talk about. But yeah, overall, I am excited. This didn't. I'll just say like I kept the same. I watched it. Okay, cool. That date's confirmed. I'm excited for more Daredevil, but it didn't uptick my excitement. Did it uptick your excitement at all?
I mean, yeah, a little bit,
Okay.
bit. Like I'd say, mostly in favor because I've said a million times I'm watching Punisher right now, so it just kind of has me a little
True.
bit juiced on this universe that we've got unfolding, and so just to kind of get back into the Daredevil side of things, that's got me pumped. And then Spider-Man, brand new day, let's put him in there too. Let's just keep this going, and freshman year season 2 again. Let's keep
Friendly
him in
neighborhood.
there. Friendly neighborhood.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. That's right.
That was their fault. They called it that. So, yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. You got Daredevil happening. So we'll be there reviewing that weekly. Very exciting time. Odyssey. Did you have anything more? I'm keeping Star Wars near the end because I know we'll have that's a twofer. But Odyssey, have anything more to add on this? Still looking good to me. Go ahead.
It still looks good. I don't have much. Just it was a cool little teaser. Yeah, I mean the voices. I think Mike was talking about that in the chat. The voices are a little bit peculiar, all things considered, the time period and whatnot. But
Well, yeah, and the guy that's talking in the war room there, Travis Scott, he's a rapper, famously
yes.
ruined one of the WrestleMania main events. But that definitely was odd to see him there. I'm hoping it's just for a 30-second a minute thing. I have more problem with Travis Scott in there because that takes me out of it than I do with the voices. I do understand, like I've said this before, with the costumes and the voices and everything, I understand why if that bugs people, like Mike was saying, I get that. I'm not saying that doesn't bug you. It just doesn't bug me. It's the same way of like people when they bitch about Nolan's action stuff. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying it doesn't bug you, but for me, I don't watch the Nolan movies for that. It's for the other stuff, and I'm fine enough with the action. So for me, Travis Scott is a bigger it's also because like we covered a lot of this wrestling stuff and then gimmick, and it kind of became a meme. So for me, it's just when I see Travis Scott's like Jesus, but I'm still excited. It's looking good. I cannot wait for this movie. Mike says voices and dialogue, dad instead of father. I did see, and that's something I did see trending on my algorithm today of like the word dad wasn't invented for 2,000 years. I guess this just doesn't bug me. Like I get it. Don't get me wrong. I understand.
Like saying hell in Star Wars, right?
Well, no, that's different because that's like religious based, right? And you would imagine
But it's just a word. It's the word hasn't been invented. It shouldn't exist, that word. It should be a different word for that time and place.
Why couldn't
right?
hell exist?
No, I mean, it's saying it could, just like dads exist. But Star Wars, like they say hell, but it should be a different word. Why would they say hell?
Okay,
right?
this is not comparable. Star Wars is a fake universe where the Odyssey is supposed to be based. Like the word dad didn't actually exist. Right? Like Star Wars is a sci-fi space universe. Like we have no actual proof of what's going on in Star Wars. Where in that time era of Odyssey, they weren't saying dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, Robert, but that's the thing, right? I feel like that's why if Robert Eggers, as Mike says, Robert Eggers gets it. That's one of his best things are how true they are to the era, the look, the feel, the vibe. You see Robert Eggers' movie and you see a photo or you read stuff about it, it's like you've been teleported back. That's what I am there for Robert Eggers and some super fucked up dark horror. For Nolan, I'm there for the spectacle. I'm there to be wowed and awed. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he should not do that. Maybe that could make the film more a perfect score for you, Mike. I get that. But for me, it's not like a holding up point. But I am excited for it. And then we got, what are your thoughts here on Super Mario Galaxy? Big trailer where they're showing Yoshi, they're showing Birdo, lots of stuff going on. I know you and the boys really like that first one. So did this same thing uptick your excitement?
This got my excitement up there. It did. The score from the trailer was getting me really, really amped up, and I was really driving with just all the other characters that we got to see. More Yoshi and that Birdo appearance really that caught me off guard. I don't think I realized that character was in there before if they announced it or anything like that.
Travis Scott?
Travis Scott?
He's voicing Yoshi.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Well, who? Sorry, I missed. You didn't say who was in
Birdo.
there?
I didn't realize that.
I don't think that was confirmed. I don't think that's ever been confirmed till the other day, which makes me not sad. Like I'm not like a Birdo stan or anything, but like I feel like Birdo's just gonna be like an easy boss along the way. Like I feel like Birdo, you could have made maybe
Think
like
it'll be a boss and won't like team up and a team up character. I know they're a villain
well,
technically.
well, they're fighting Peach in this one, so I guess you could be right, but I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be like a mini boss on the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think it was great. It was cool to see. I guess we're gonna see how Yoshi ties into Luigi and Mario in their baby versions, because it seems like Yoshi was present there with his gun, which is interesting. But
Yeah, I'm wondering. Do you think it's a flashback, or do you think that they
think
just
it's a
get turned into?
flashback.
See, I just think they just get turned into babies.
Oh, really? I guess we
Yeah.
don't really know, right? Because when did they introduce the baby form? Is that not Paper Mario? Where did they come in? Was it a Mario Kart game?
I doubt that. Well, no, it has to be Yoshi Island. Remember when Yoshi has to protect Baby Mario, right? The whole game when you lose Mario, and he's like, So I guess that is because is that canon, right? They
Yoshi's
did grow up in Mushroom Kingdom or whatever. Because I don't really care about the canon of Mario. I just play these games. But like, is that something that they grew up? Because like Peach grew up there. Did they also grow up in Mario Kingdom or Super Mushroom Kingdom? Here we come. Did they grow up there?
Let's see, because there is lore here. Yeah, maybe Baby Mario was raised and protected by Yoshi on Yoshi's Island after being dropped by the stork, as shown in Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Yoshi helps rescue his brother, Baby Luigi, from Bowser and Kamek.
I just feel like the canon lore for Mario is all over the place. The fact that it's like again his name is Mario, you know, like the Mario stuff is a lot of dumb shit. So I'm not too concerned about it. But go ahead, Taylor.
So a stork was delivering Baby Mario and Luigi, but the stork gets attacked by Kamek, causing Baby Mario to fall on to where Yoshi is.
So Mario and so they're supposed to be twin brothers.
Yes, and you know what? I wrote a trivia note about that. Oh, hang on. This is perfect timing that it's coming up because I wrote a note about it.
Is it supposed to be trivia for a trivia you're doing in the future, like for GB Day?
Yes.
Well, then don't spoil it. You know.
No, I can spoil it. Okay. Well, hang on.
But yeah, so this trailer for me, I feel like there's no difference. I think if you really enjoyed or loved that first one, you're gonna love that. If you disliked it, or you were like me, where you thought it was very mid and just like it's a bunch of cutscenes put together that are like there's no weight to it, that's what's gonna be it. I think they're gonna go hard on Yoshi, like to the point that I feel like by the time this movie comes out, we're gonna be annoyed with Yoshi because Yoshi's gonna be like all over the marking and everything. But my kids were hyped when I watched it with them. I think Yoshi will actually possibly get them to make more money. I'm waiting to see if there's anything else because so this didn't uptake my hype. It's just about the same. I'm waiting for like Wario, Waluigi, but Taylor, you do have that fact.
That's what I want. I want Waluigi for sure. So the deets here are now. I was listening to this show where I this popped into my mind here, but so Mario and Luigi, they're officially recognized as fraternal twins, not
Okay.
identical twins. With
nothing about
Luigi
that.
being the younger, taller twin, and this is a fact confirmed by the creator Shigeru Miyamoto, and it's referenced in obviously like Super Mario Brothers Wonder and stuff. So fraternal, not identical. They aren't identical twins. They developed from two eggs, resulting in different traits. Hence Luigi's height and different
Are you-
personalities.
What are you
despite
doing
sharing
right now? Are you trying to tell me the difference of fraternal twins when I just had fraternal twins the last year?
Your twins are fraternal? I thought they were identical.
No.
Oh shit. I mean, my wife is a fraternal twin.
Hey Travis, get this. You're not gonna believe these twins. I don't need to know the twin. That's fine. I just didn't know they were twins. That's fine at all.
Oh, my wife's being weird. She comes around the corner and she's like, she's talking on the phone.
I just thought that yeah, she's listening to this podcast. I just didn't even. I knew they were brothers. I just didn't know they were twins. So they are.
You didn't know they were twins?
No.
Well, they're fraternal.
Well, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, like even then, a couple years ago, I didn't know their their last names, right?
You know, isn't it brother?
No, it's Mario.
Okay, so his name is Mario and Luigi Mario.
Yes.
No,
that's what
now
I
you're
mean.
screwing with me.
At the beginning, no, I'm not. You look it up. The Miyamoto confirmed this. The guy that is like the guy that created Mario. It was said in like some.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was. That's what I mean. Like the Mario lore and everything. It's so fucking dumb. The whole plumber thing. Like same thing. I thought the original story was he was a plumber that got transported to a kingdom to save a like the peach the queen and whatnot, right? The princess. But then like, oh well, he did actually grow up here, and well, he has these brothers. And like they're always just change it. They don't really care, and that's fine to me, right? That's why I'm not like
That's fine. I'm not losing sleep. It's not like Star
no.
Wars lore to me.
No, me either. But that's why it's just like when I'm like, oh, is this how it goes? Like, it doesn't really matter. And I hope to enjoy this one a little bit more than the first one. But I think that's gonna make a lot of money with Yoshi in there, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they do a little Easter egg thing where he has like an ID. He's like, "What's your last name?" And he'd be like, "My name, it's Mario. My name's Luigi Mario." Just to throw like some confusion joke.
I think they. Well, I don't know about the ID, but they did. I think they did in the last movie address that. I think he says I'm Mario and this is Luigi Mario. I think they introduced somebody to like in a conversation.
In the previous
yeah,
animated
watch
film?
it. I'm
I'll
pretty
have to
sure
watch
they.
that
Yeah,
then.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
because that created the whole like why is his name Mario? And then they look back and I think it was somewhere in the '90s they put that in the game, and then in like 2015 like Miyamoto like confirmed that he was like,
Okay.
am I right? Miyamoto he created Mario, right? Mario.
Yeah,
created it?
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Thank you. I didn't want to mess it up with the Smash one. Who's the Smash one? Dylan's not here to
Who
tell us.
made Smash Brother? Yeah, he'd be pissed off at us.
Sakurai. Yeah, I always sometimes get them,
Masahiro.
but I didn't mess it up, so that's good. So you got that going on. So here's another one we talked about. Funny enough, 80s. We talked about our movie preview that was out. That in this GV realm, none of us are much of a fan of it. So I'm going to throw to Taylor. And Taylor, what did you think of this He-Man trailer?
I don't know anything about He-Man. Nothing at all. But I watched the trailer and I thought, this seems like a prime 2012 to 2015 era CGI fest action flick. It just feels like, actually, no. You know what it is? It feels more like a 2018 to 2019 Power Rangers equivalent kind of vibe. Just all the CGI and everything, like things like the world's meshing kind of a scenario. But like I said, I don't know anything about it. The trailer didn't blow me out of the water, but I also didn't hate it. I don't know if I would rush to see it in theaters. This is more like a Cheap Tuesday thing. But the people that I've spoken to that did grow up with some He-Man, they expressed interest. Like, are you going to go see it, Taylor? Because I'll go with you to the theater. I'm like, okay, clearly there is some buzz and there is some kind of interest in this film if you grew up with it. I don't think this is going to make a lot of money, and I'm glad that I didn't draft it during our draft. Did anyone draft it in the draft?
Let me pull it up. I'll see. Obviously, the draft is the movie draft live? It might just be. I gotta check. I know it's for the pay. Hang on, let me check. If someone did draft it, I won't say who. Obviously, it's not me or Taylor. I'm guessing, unless I did. I don't even remember because we've done a lot of drafts past a little bit. But yeah, I really like this. Like you said, it's one of those where like there's a group of people that are gonna go see it. Let's see. No one drafted. So all of us, I think we all just looked and went, like, I think that's a tough thing. It just, I've said this before about the Muppets. I said this a couple years ago, unfortunately, with Michael Keaton's Batman, and also and even Indiana Jones. I think He-Man might just end up being one of those relics where it's like, you know what, this generation of moviegoers, it's past them, right? It's gone. It's not like Mario that has continually been popular for decade after decade. There's been many peaks and many valleys with He-Man, right? And I'm not a fan. I will not be seeing this, even Cheap Tuesday, like, and especially because that's the tough thing, right? Like, I'll pull it up one more time because Taylor ditched me. What is it? It's coming out in June, I'm pretty sure. And I've said this before, in a lesser month or a lesser summer, maybe, right? I didn't think it looked completely awful, but it didn't like sell me. It didn't be like, man, I'm missing something here. And I like Travis Knight's movies out. I really like Bumblebee, Cobra the Two Strings, like great stuff he's done. So I think it could be like a solid 7 out of 10. Could be some fun. I like the cast in here. The look of Skeletor is actually great. There's actually that one cool moment that something, I think lots of the environments and stuff, not looking good. Like Taylor said, looking very just CGI fest. Like not anything. It doesn't look like, oh man, it's like I'm not. This is the benchmark, right? Is Dune, but it's like it doesn't have that. Where if I see a picture of He-Man in the whatever universe is calling it, or is it just He-Man? What's it called? Oh fuck, I'm in 2025. Hang on, is it a He-Man Master, or is it just Master of the Universe? Let's see here. Master of the Universe. Okay, so it does not have an aesthetic where at least even then, here you go. James Gunn's Superman. Not everything is like perfect in that movie, but when I see images or clips from that movie, right away you go, okay, that's James Gunn's Superman, right? This just looks like it could be a bunch of this. At times, looks like it could just be in some of bad colored MCU movies, right? So I think look wise and everything, but those last like 15, 20 seconds of like He-Man and Skeletor fighting, that looked really cool. I was down for that. So if we get like multiple action scenes like that, because obviously Kublin and the Two Strings, he did great action stuff. That'd be fantastic. I just worry that is the top tier is that final fight, right? But like, okay, so look at June. So luckily it has, even though I'll go back to April, right? Or May here, right? So May, Mortal Kombat 2. All right, that's fine. Mandalorian Grogu, and that's about, there's other movies, but like those are the two big ones, right? I say Mandalorian Grogu. I think people will see that, and when they might skip Master Universe because they'll see Mandalorian Grogu. And then in June, after Master Universe, you got Disclosure Day, Scary Movie 6, Toy Story 5, Jackass 5, Supergirl, Minions 3, Moana, Christopher Nolan's Odyssey, Evil Dead Burn, and Spider-Man Brand New Day. I think Wonder Man, I think He-Man is going to be the situation where I think there's just gonna a lot of people being like, if I have to go to the movies, and people maybe only go see a couple of those movies, can be expensive if you're not on like Cine Club or A List or whatever. If you're only seeing a few movies in the summer, I don't think this is gonna be one of them. If it was a lesser summer, then maybe, but I don't think there's enough people. I think there will be people that go, but I don't think the fandom is big enough to carry it. So that's my thing where I don't think it's gonna make money today. I was saying my favorite shot of the shreds at the end with Skeletor and He-Man are fighting. It's like the close-ups of the sword. I really like that stuff. Have you heard? I'm guessing. Have you heard the big controversial thing with this trailer?
That Jared Leto is playing Skeletor.
They wish. No. So, and this is where I think it's because I always get the news, and I'm a bit more in the online bubble than these guys, and that's where I think for me, this is where always a testament to what people really care about and what just online people get mad about. So at one point when he's in the real world, Adam, that's the guy who's He-Man, like his character's Adam something. When he's at his desk, did you see on his desk he had a he/him name tag?
Yeah. I thought that was clever.
I did too. So here's the thing. So this is why it's funny. There's like two sides where it's like there's some people that think they're making fun of pronouns, and then there's some people thinking that they're making it very woke. To me, it's just like in a world where we see multiple things, I see it all the time. People have in their email like he, him, she, her.
Yeah.
Like his fucking name is He-Man. So I think it's funny in real life. We're at his job, like, oh yeah, whether he chose to or whether they say, hey, can you show your pronouns? He's he, him. He's fucking He-Man later on. Like I don't know. It's just, but yeah, you haven't seen that tag. People got very worked up about that. So there you go.
I mean, people gotta just take a breather, man. Like,
Oh, yeah.
come on. Is there any group in the middle? Because I think it was clever. I think
I
it's
think we're in the
actually
middle. I think there's some people in the
respectful.
middle.
I think
Yeah.
it's respectful to like the he him pronoun usage and whatnot, and it reaffirms like using it. He's using it correctly, right? But it is also it stacks on with the fact that it's his name, and I think
Yeah.
that's what made me laugh because he's He-Man, and I saw that and I was like that's actually pretty good. It's pretty good.
I agree. That's where I was. But unfortunately, we won't be there to support it with our money. Superman Mike says there's some great He-Man related TV the past few years. Netflix She-Ra show is pretty amazing. Yeah, I've heard good things. I think it's just what we talked about before in this era of so much stuff. Like right now, I think I have 3 shows from this year or even like the ending of last year that I'm behind on or haven't even started, right? Like that's the thing where it's like in the world where there's stuff I really want to watch and I'm behind on that. Like the He-Man genre world, I haven't really wanted to. So, yeah, now we will transition into the Star Wars portion. So we're going to talk about the Maul trailer, and we are going to talk about, which is good because someone clarified the scoop of this Mandalorian Heir of the Empire movie. But yeah, we'll first start with Maul. Taylor, what did you think of this trailer? We're getting it. I think it's April something. The finale is going to be on May the 4th. Right now, for our reviews, because we're very busy those months, like we already have Euphoria and Daredevil happening at the same time. And also the other thing is they come out on a Monday, which is kind of a pain for us because SideQuest is there. So there's many weeks like Taylor might be on it, I might be on it. It's kind of tough. What we're going to do for now is we're going to probably, people talk about this, we're going to do a series review. If it's really juicy, we have time, we might do like a part 1, part 2. But as of right now, I think we're just going to do a binge. So if people are wondering our schedule on that, it's just because there's lots of stuff between SideQuest, Euphoria, Daredevil, newscast, whatever, movie reviews. Like it's already packed month. So me and Taylor will review it, at least in binge style. But it's releasing 2 episodes a week. I think it's starting the 19th or something. So Taylor, what did you think about this trailer? It's in between Clone Wars and I guess Solo, I imagine. So
Yeah, I think it's a year after the events of Revenge of the Sith, and there's still, for a character that's been explored very depthly in the animated show, there's still a lot that can be dabbled into. I mean, he was a very prominent figure in Clone Wars. Again, he was prominent in Rebels. When you look at his story leading up to Solo, you have a character that goes from running all of these cartels and pirate gangs and everything like that, black market stuff, going all the way to just being this kind of like behind the scenes black player, just not operating in the front lines anymore after being just shunned and just brought down by Palpatine. And then he goes back and takes over Mandalore and has Mandalorian loyalists, and then you have the war on Mandalore that happens, all this crazy stuff. So getting him here, where he is broken out by Ahsoka, he's running on his own now, and he's dealing with the fallout of Order 66. So people are aware of him. Obviously, the Empire, well, I guess the Republic before it dissolved would have had records that he was being transported, and then in the event of them doing the purge, escaped. So, well, no, they wouldn't have known because Ahsoka covered the tracks that they had to scuttle the cruiser so that they would think she died in the crash and that they wouldn't go after her. That's how she was able to stay hidden. So that would also retroactively work for Maul too, and that Maul would have died, and maybe Anakin or Vader would have had some inkling that maybe there's a chance to survive, but we know for a fact at this point, with Ahsoka being hidden. In Rebels, the Inquisitors were aware of Maul, and Maul was obviously very much aware of Vader. He was aware of what, like, he wanted to lure Anakin to Mandalore. He wanted to kill Anakin and deny the Emperor his prize, right? He knew about the plan. He knew about all this stuff. So now here he is dealing with the Inquisitors and fighting them. Yeah, there's a special place for Maul in my heart because you're dealing with a individual that was trained, like, as far as Sith go, like Maul is just a powerhouse because you look at this lineage from Plagueis to Sidious and Sidious to Maul. Yes, Anakin and Dooku are Sith in that lineage as well, but they had different masters. They were trained differently, and it's a very different upbringing. Where Maul, he was just, Mother Talzin offed him to Palpatine, and Palpatine trained him since he was a youngling up until this grueling adulthood where he was a Sith apprentice. Like I give him that kind of different tier versus Anakin, and seeing him perform and just adapt these traits that Palpatine has into these shows where he's just he's such an engaging and interesting character, and here he is dealing with all of these cartels and these clans, and yeah, like what his MO, like any master at this point, you're going to recruit and you're going to try and pull in an apprentice. And we see that in Rebels. He's always trying to pull an apprentice in. He calls Ezra all the time, my apprentice. And Ezra's like, fuck off. I'm not your apprentice. I'm your friend. But I like the idea of them showing off this Twi'lek, and maybe there's a chance that there's no confirmation that I've seen where people are like, yeah, this is Darth Talon. I don't see the facts to back that up. But I would love it if there is some world out there where they're fandangling a storyline, and this is me headcanoning it, where, okay, yes, this Twi'lek is trained by Darth Maul, and a few years goes by, because we've got I think Solo was 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, and then 10 years before. Maybe it was it might have been 15 years after Revenge and 5 years before A New Hope. It might have been a lot more recent. Jesus. So I like the idea where you're dealing with a 15-year span where Maul doesn't get killed until 2 years before A New Hope, like 2 years or a year, because that's covered in Rebels. So I like this gauge here where Maul is training this Twi'lek over the course of a decade, and then this Twi'lek goes off on their own and just starts doing their own thing, hiding behind the scenes and whatnot, and then you jump 30 years into the future, or I guess it'd be more like 50. Well, no, because if they're a youngling here, let's say they're in their mid-20s, late 20s by the time of the original trilogy, and then you add the 30-year break from the sequel trilogy to there, then you're dealing with a Twi'lek that's like, let's say late 40s to 50s, maybe, like they're still, and we don't know, I don't know the age range of Twi'leks really, but you're dealing with someone like prime adulthood who could fit right in there, and you've got Rey, and there's like rumors going around that there's this dark lightsaber wielding Twi'lek going around. It's like, okay, now we've got someone named Darth Talon, and maybe they just throw in the others like Darth Krayt and so forth. Like, they could really have a lot of fun with something like that. And it would, to me, you're not leaning on that crutch of, oh, Palpatine's back again or anything like that. But here we've introduced a new, not new, but a legacy character. I know I'm really branched off. I haven't really talked about the trailer. I see the trailer and this is where my head goes.
15 minutes left.
I know. It's just, it gets me. I'll stop there. I'll talk about it later on a newscast, but that's just where my head goes with this, and it gets me super
Dylan.
jazzed.
Weekly Geek with Dylan. Bring it up there.
Yeah, that's right. Dylan would love to talk about Darth Talon. Show up all the Darth Talon pictures. Look at this one, Dylan, her licking this lightsaber. But
So what do you think about the trailer?
Yeah, the trailer. Right. The trailer, I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot, and I think it's gonna do a good job showing a little bit more of this time period. Like I like the Bad Batch because it shows the kind of fallout of Revenge of the Sith, and shows just the darkness kind of seeping over. But to see it in this cartel black market kind of aspect, I really like that. I think it's going to be a good time because I think we got a little bit of that when we got to see Tales of the Underworld, and it showed like Cad Bane's story a little bit there, and I liked all that was going on. That was cool, and so I think there's definitely room to show more of this side of the story. I just wish that this was something that was going to be shown in live action, because I think a lot of people, especially after what they did with Maul in Solo, people need to be told and shown like, hey, Maul is still around. Here's Maul. He's running around doing his thing, right? And I mean, I don't know what's going on with Ray Park, if there was some controversy or whatnot there. I thought
they're
there
not
was,
going to be
but
using him. Yeah,
they're not using. Okay, then yeah,
he's doing some bad stuff on Instagram.
Doing some bad stuff on Instagram, so that definitely creates a problem for sure. But you know what? The nice
Recast him.
thing
You don't
about this,
fucking
that's
need
right.
him.
You recast him. The main thing is the voice, which Sam
didn't even
Witwer
speak.
provides, right? He didn't
I'm
speak,
fine
but
if they
Sam.
gave. You just make Sam Witwer the real guy and get a stunt guy to do the flips. That's all I need.
That's exactly. There's enough makeup that it covers up, and we've seen him in only one movie, right? And that was a long time ago. So now you can have him aged and griddled like he looked in Solo. So yeah, it just makes sense to me, but not everyone else.
Yeah, no, I think that's the tough thing, where I think I would have been more excited if this was live action to kind of see Darth Maul again. It's not that I don't like the animated stuff. It's like that just would have made something new. Taylor did point out Darth Maul has a great lineage. I love Darth Maul. I don't know if he's in my top 10 for favorite characters, but for cool characters, he's up there, right? And I think he does a very interesting story. It feels like even when we went to Clone Wars, like for the 7th season, he's already in such a box of like, we know where he was, we know where he came from, we know where he goes, we know he's doing Rebels. And again, it's like they want to tell like every single thing about Maul. And I think it's also just the aspect of, I wish there's other stuff they're doing. So now this actual trailer, I did enjoy this trailer. I think the show's actually gonna be good. I think for the most part, Disney animation for Star Wars has been pretty on point in that era, right? So we got like, what was that show you always make jokes on? It was like the fighter pilot show. Resistance, right? Star Wars Resistance at the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, like, I enjoyed Rebels. I actually prefer it over Clone Wars. I think we all enjoyed, season 7, we like that. We always talk about Visions. The tales have been, like, up and down, but nothing, like, really bad. So, like, I have no... Because I can't remember, someone said in the Discord, like, oh, is this going to be... Like, I think it was maybe Kyle Goldface, like, oh, is this going to be bad? So, like, if you like the animation... I think it's going to hit there. And at first, when I watched on my phone, I did not see, because I heard, oh, they're doing this new, like, animation style. I didn't really see it, but then when I saw it on TV, I went, oh, you know what? It is like the Clone Wars, but they're doing, like, these brushes. It kind of looks like some of the arcane stuff. So it's like, oh, that gives it a good look. So I hope they just... the good thing is about this is, like, the Acolyte, right? We heard, oh, we're going to be following a dark side user, right? And, like, wasn't really that. We didn't really follow them. It was kind of up and down, right? Where this is, like... Maul shouldn't be becoming a good guy, right? So it's a good thing we can follow that and have something a little bit different. So I am interested in the show. It's just that there's still other things I'd rather probably take, but maybe the show will be great when we get there. It's just also, there's just such a little box of Maul can't do this, and this because of the past or the future, right? So I wonder what that does for storytelling purposes. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope to enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to at least seeing, because I always like seeing Darth Maul pop off. So we will, like I said, review it and see what happens. And then... So it's funny, I did share you this when we were talking about this, but let me get the full report here, because I think the aggregators didn't put up there, because I don't pay for the Patreon scoopers. I just wait till people tell them. So that's why it's always kind of a, we'll have to see what happens. But let me pull it up here. Where is the thing? Give me the, hang on. Fucking Twitter on like the desktop sucks. Okay, so this was coming from Daniel RPK, so it's in the B tier. So he a couple days did a Star Wars post, and then he did clarify something today. I don't know if it was in his original post or he's just clarifying it because aggregators. But so right now it's being reported that season 3 for Ahsoka isn't greenlit and may never actually happen. What happens is fully based on how Mandalorian and Grogu do, and then Heir of the Empire, which is supposed to be filmed, is now going to be a limited series. But today, when someone did tweet this out, I think it's the article that SBUB shared, that same Scuba did go underneath and said, depending on how Mandalorian does. So it sounds like, because we were talking about that before, of like, oh, the movie series, which I think is kind of like a, that's why, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this person hasn't heard this. We on the Gimmick talk about this all the time in wrestling, where it's like, sometimes I think some of these scoopers, they are educated guests, because like, I feel like all of us could have said like, there's only going to be an Heir to the Empire movie if Mando does well, right? Like, it's not going to bomb. They're like, well, let's do more of it, right? So, again, I guess it just means like, okay, they could pivot or not do that. Ahsoka season 3, that makes sense because the same thing. Let's see what happens. Let's see where that character goes. Let's see the reception of it. That show sounds like it's very mixed, but I think it is good for Heir of the Empire to wait and see, because I honestly have no idea. In a couple days, I will release for the patrons my 2026 movie predictions for Mike's box office draft. I really don't know if Mandalorian and Grogu. I think we've all said this, of like, Star Wars has been away for a while. People love Grogu, but it's also, could they just watch it on TV and it doesn't feel cinematic, right? I feel like we have no idea, and it's in a busy year. We've no idea how Grogu and Mandalorian's going to do. So I think that is the right move. That see how that does and make it a show or a series. I think if Mandalorian and Grogu does well, and probably you'll talk about this, we were talking about this privately, but in the sense of, you took your time and you made the jump, right? And that's why we got so excited in the Mandalorian season finale 2 when the person that gets Grogu is Luke Skywalker. You made the jump, because that was always the sort of like, oh, are they ever going to touch those characters? Are they ever going to get to the mainline stuff? That was them putting their foot in, and then he was in Boba Fett. And then I remember Kathy being like, oh, we're staying away from the Skywalkers for a bit. Has that changed? Was that a Kathy thing? Did that change before her? Obviously, Filoni and Lin-Manuel Brendan is running things now, so I don't know. But to me, it's like, unless Mandalorian and Grogu is a hit, to me, one, story-wise, it feels weird if Luke, Han, and Leia aren't around for Heir of Empire, because it's like, what, Thrawn and all these people are doing this stuff, and just like Mando and his friends are hanging out. That seems odd. You already introduced Luke, so you just make Luke look like a complete dick for doing nothing if he's just sitting around, whatever. And I really hope that I would love it. Like, to me, it would be bold of Filoni. I would give him so much respect if he said, we're doing the Heir to the Empire movie. Luke, Han, and Leia are going to be in it, and they're all going to be recast. They're going to be new actors, because I agree that people, like, we can't do DH Luke forever. I think Alden, you could give him another shot, but I think there's just a lot of, like, baggage with that, and there's a lot of people like myself that didn't think he did a good job. I would respect Lin-Manuel and Filoni so much for that. Yeah, we're doing our Empire, and you're gonna meet the new Luke, Han, and Leia. And if you like these characters, or if we could do more stories with these characters, Sebastian Stan as Luke, like, he's gonna play Luke going forward for a bit. So and so's Han, so and so's Leia. Like, I would love them to do that. I don't know if they're going to. I feel like they're always scared, but it's like, stop being scared. So Taylor, I heard you breathing over there. What'd you have to say?
They already introduced Leia. So they actively have Leia involved
In live action?
In the live action. Remember in Ahsoka where Leia's like, I approved that mission for you guys. And I know this because I just watched.
Yeah, but she was off screen though, right?
She was off screen, but
yeah,
that shows,
but I don't
like,
mean they don't
maybe
show the
could.
face.
They don't show the face, but hey, they could definitely throw someone in there to play her, right? I mean,
I hope.
I feel like they
I hope
want
it's not
to.
just a DH, whatever.
Well, we've gotten little kid Leia, little kid Luke, so I feel like, okay, it's probably not long before we get someone to fill that role, and it's going to piss a lot of people off, sure, but a lot of the people that would be pissed off, pardon my bluntness, they're going to be dead soon. You know, that's the 70s. This is a long time ago, and yes, people are familiar with these characters in the sequel trilogy, but they're much older then, and they're in such older roles that you can find very good younger actors that can play those characters. And it's not anything to be mean or rude or outright just bashing the original character or the original actors that play these characters. Is just, you know, continuing on their legacy and telling those stories and such. So it's not anything that should be condemned or whatnot. I think that there's definitely room to bring them in. Now, if Ahsoka season 3 is kaput, and, you know, things on this front do reside on the success of Mando and Grogu. Okay, there's two ways I'm going to look at this. The one way I'm going to look at this is that, yes, I understand that from my personal bias, I love the Heir to the Empire trilogy. I love Thrawn. I think that there's so much room in that basket to pull from that you can really create a enriched Star Wars world on top of
Hmm.
this being involved with this universe that's pulled from novels, 3 books that have been written that create a very well established story start to finish. Now, that residing on the success of Mando, I don't think that's fair personally, but from obviously a suit's perspective, yes, it makes sense. It makes all the sense in the world because of everything that they've created so far in the sandbox. And if they're going to continue on this track because it still is roughly in that same time period, it does heavily matter on the fact if Mando does make money at the box office. Now, I would love it if they made the Heir to the Empire an actual big screen event because you're dealing with I mean, in summary, Heir to the Empire, you're dealing with Luke, Han, and Leia. Leia's going to be giving birth to her twins. She's pregnant, and you're dealing with this cloned Jedi who's mentally unstable that Thrawn finds.
Luke.
Master Kaboth, I think his name is Joris
Oh, is that
Kaboth.
that one? Okay, where's the clone of Luke? Is that in this too?
He
Heir of the
he comes
Empire?
in here too. Yeah, yeah, because they end up cloning him. Kaboth gets him cloned because they find old cloning factories, and there's all these things that have just been pulled from that trilogy, like the facility on Wayland, which is the old cloning facility and stuff like that. That was, Bad Batch. That's where we're going. Mount Tantus. They got all these kind of things involved there, and so when you're dealing with this story, it makes sense to give it a movie because where we're at now, though, obviously Leia doesn't have twins, but you're dealing with young Ben Solo. She could be pregnant with
Mhm.
Ben Solo, and then you could be, Kabath is trying to get at him, and we're like, I want your kid, Leia, and then all of a sudden, by the time you get to the third book, the kids are born and all that jazz, and I think it would be a great kind of tie-in to like, here's young Ben Solo, da 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 da. But yeah, I think leaving it up to Mando to kind of give it the green light based on its success is very unfortunate because you're dealing with a story that, in my opinion, is much better and much more fleshed out and much more well structured than what they've done with the Mando verse. And so I think that it's just unfortunate to kind of pivot on that sense. But Mando is looking to me like it's going to be a safe movie. I know I made the pizza bet of $1 billion.
1 billion, yeah.
A billion, if I'm being a very realistic person here with my box office approaches that have been, I think, fairly accurate as of late, I'd say it's probably going to do the 500 to 700 million range.
Yeah,
I
you
think
regret that
that's
one,
more of a
don't you?
safe.
Me and Kirk went
Yeah,
GB Day,
kind
gonna
of
be
sat
eating
on a
some
bit.
pizza.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big pizza day because Fanboy Clay owes me a pizza, and I said wait till August. Kirkland owes me a pizza, and then we got our bet. So there's gonna be pizzas all around on GB Day. So just look out. I might share some, but yeah, I don't think because yeah, are you surprised? I guess you. I want to ask you this because you weren't surprised about Zootopia beating Avatar, but are you surprised that it sounds like it's going to be stopping about like 1.4? So it's going to finish like pretty much a whole billion under Avatar 2.
Sorry, Zootopia 2 is finishing under
So
Avatar 2
no,
by a
no,
billion.
I'm saying I knew you weren't surprised by Avatar maybe underperforming because Zootopia beat it. It has beaten it, but are you surprised that it looks like Avatar is close to a billion under the last one?
Under the
Because
last one.
2 did 2.3, and this is going to finish at like 1.3 to 1.5. So like I'm just rounding up, but roughly a billion under. Are you surprised by that?
I'm not really. No, I'd
Okay.
have to look at what I wrote in the Discord, but I think it was just something I would reaffirm and double back with because I think I said something along the lines like you had that huge year gap, and I think it's too soon and it's a long movie, all these different factors, and I don't think people are ready to just kind of go back into that world. Whereas you have when you stack it against Avatar 2, like I said, that gap, that's huge. And the visuals, the effects, everything. I think if they waited 5 to 6 years and then threw this movie back out in the box office, it's beating Avatar 2, no problem. I really do. But I think it
Yeah.
just came out way too quick.
So you think that Avatar 4 being 2029 is probably a good idea? Like 3
I think
years
that's a
from
very
now?
good idea. I think by
Yeah.
by that time, and it rolls
People are
around, and
ready
we've
for
had some
Pandora.
Star Wars, we've had some other
Yeah.
things, and I think okay, people are gonna be like, yeah, let's see what's going on, or they're gonna read the book. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. There's books of Avatar?
That's what James Cameron was saying.
Oh,
Like,
right.
if
He said he's
they
gonna do a press
don't get
conference.
made, he's gonna what? He's gonna do what?
I don't know if it was a joke, but at one point he said he would do a press conference to reveal what happened.
Like a 5-hour press conference?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But no, I agree with you in the sense of like, because I've never read them, but I know the story beats and the idea of Heir of the Empire. And like, if Mandalore and Grogu bomb, I still think a movie with new actors playing Luke, Han, and Leia. I'm not saying it's a billion, but I think it could be more profitable. And I still think you could just pluck Thrawn from the shows, right? You don't even have to like say much connection there. He can even still appear in the shows, and maybe there's like a smaller thing he has conflict with the Mando people. But at the same time, I could see them just adopt and be like, hey, we've done the Mando story, we're leading the throne, we're gonna make those our characters. So, and I think that can sometimes backfire. I think that was something that happened with Disneyland, where now it's like, oh, we're doing the original music and Darth Vader. For me, it wasn't like I wasn't opposed like Kylo Ren and the Edge of Galaxy stuff. I just always thought like for a while it's like, why aren't you doing both? Why it's like, here's our new sequel trilogy, and then also here's a lot of OG stuff. It doesn't have to be one or
Did
the
you
other.
hear what they're doing lately or
I
recently?
just said to you, yeah, with Darth Vader and the OG music.
Coming back.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, why was that not always the case? Why there's there, okay, this week it's Kylo, this week it's Vader. Like, it doesn't have to be either or. And that same thing of like, I get why they're doing that, but like, why does it have to just be all original trilogy stuff now? Why isn't, oh yeah, this week we're going to, or this day, Monday we play John Williams' original trilogy stuff and Vader's out there. Tuesday, Kylo's out there. Like, so that's the idea of like, I hate that I feel like they might have in their minds, like, we're going to do their Empire, but it's going to be with our characters. Like the guys we've created, Ahsoka, Mando. It's like, yeah, sure, but like that could really bite you in the ass, and that's what we're gonna find out, right? So that's why it's probably good with that. So maybe, and that would be disappointing if Mando bombs, and they're like so stubborn where they're like, well, we have to do, we're still doing Air of the Empire, but it has to be with our characters. To me, that's a mistake. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm very curious when we get to. Because what that's out in May, yeah, I'm very curious when we get to May. That's going to be an interesting couple weeks to see Mandalore and Grogu, because I could see it overperforming, I could see it under. Like, I'm not even lying, I could see there being a bomb situation where it just does not do anywhere near what they thought. I think Mandalore and Grogu could go any way under the sun right now, but we'll be there. We'll be there for Maul, be there for Mario, be there for Daredevil, all that stuff. This was the last episode, Taylor. Thanks for joining me for these past couple weeks. Obviously, you're gone for a trip and then you're back to work, but it's fun to have a guest on in the afternoon. Obviously, we'll be back doing some weekly geek and whatnot, but it's good to have you aboard, sir.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it because we've been watching all those train wreck documentaries on Netflix, and you ever see those? It's like Trainwreck, Bad Neighbor, Trainwreck, Area 51
yes.
raid, and
Yes.
all those
Yeah,
just
I've
random
seen Bad Neighbor at
stories.
least.
The Bad Neighbor one, yeah, that was on yesterday. It was fucking crazy. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
There's some crazy stuff there. So, but
this is a nice break.
good. Well, yeah. Again, thanks for joining. Hope you guys all enjoyed this. Yeah, we'll be back whenever. Like I said, there's side quest that drops tomorrow. I'll be doing Wonder Man. There'll be lots of Patreon content throughout the week. Me and the Gimmick Boys are reviewing the Rumble this weekend, and I promise you, it'll not be boring.